there, I'm back. It has been a while. I want to take a second first just to thank all of you who reached out to check and make sure that I was okay. I got several messages and comments of people just noticing it had been quiet on my channel and checking to make sure that things were all right. I had a miscarriage last fall that was really hard because we've struggled with infertility for years. And my next video I was going to film had been my pregnancy journal. And so it wasn't something that, filming wasn't something that was bringing me a lot of joy in that moment, because I knew that that was what I was going to film next. And so I just needed to take a break. And then the break took longer and longer and longer because life got in the way and class and everything. So I'm sorry for disappearing for the past probably 4 months at this point, but I'm back. I don't know how regular things are going to be because classes are starting back up and I've got sermons to write for work and everything. But I'm here for now, and I wanted to show you what I'm doing in my planner. So I did a video when I first moved into this. This is Chic Sparrow. It is an Odyssey, which is the distressed Mr. Darcy in Buttered Rum. I did a video when I first set up showing how I was doing a bullet journal in a personal size planner. But I didn't show how it was going for me. So that's what this video is going to be, to showing my full setup, my planner and wallet, and how I'm bullet journaling in a personal size notebook. I am going to be moving out of this. This was very fallish to me, and so that's the reason I moved out of my look derm to do some bullet journaling in here, as I wanted to do something different. But again, being a planner girl, I'm feeling the need to change, and so this arrived yesterday. I'm still setting it up. It's a new look derm 1917 in navy, and so I'm still getting it set up. Look for a video once I get it set up here in a week or two. So look forward to that, but let's go ahead and dive right in. This charm is something that I found at Hobby Lobby. It's one of my favorite Emily Dickinson poems. I love Emily Dickinson so much, but it says, "Hope is the thing with feathers that flutters in the..." There you go. "Hope is a thing with feathers that perches in the soul." Of course, I would get one of my favorite lines wrong. Anyway, I love it, and especially in this season of life, it's brought me a lot of joy to have it on there. So open it up. This is my wallet as well, as I said. So I have my front pockets, driver's license, main credit card, a couple of little doodads, things that just were fun. This was a napkin ring at a restaurant that we went to that made me laugh. Because if pancakes for lunch are wrong, we don't want to be right. And it made me laugh. And so in it went. Here I just have cash and a check usually. And this is my bullet journal right here. It is just a notebook, a dotted notebook that I cut down to be personal size and wrapped it with scrapbook paper. It's just stuck in there so I can take it off and switch it out, and then embellish slightly with washi and just a little quote that I liked. So this is a smaller format than the A5 that I had been using previously for bullet journaling, so I want to stick with my same system, but I did have to size it down a bit. In the last video, I showed you how I had it set up, but here's how it all was working. My weekly view, or my weekly view of that, and then my dailies. So I'll flip through a bit and then go into it a bit more depth. I used this from the middle of September through the middle of January. And I did, for some reason, because it wasn't in a look term, I felt like I could be more playful with it. So I did have a couple of stickers that I stuck in, especially in the fall, because I love some of the fall stickers I have. I had this bar for some reason about adding stickers to my look term. I don't know why, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I did a little bit in here. Again, not a lot of decorating. It's still very simple, just pen and ink. Some weeks are more than others. This was Thanksgiving, so I didn't have a lot going on, and I was able to do more of a spread here. All right, so I'm going to show here with the going from the end of November into the beginning of December to show how I differentiated some of the stuff since I didn't have as much room. So going on with my week at a glance, I didn't put the dates other than the numbers of the dates, and I didn't write out, I just did the first initial of each of the days of the week. And I did it by colors. So all of November, as far as the month, all of November was this kind of turquoise, tealish color, kind of a minty green. I don't know what it is. All of it was that color. And then December was red. So that was how I am able to distinguish between the months in all of this, at least on my weekly view, without having it written out. So that was a space saver for me. So I have all of my timed appointments, time-specific things, in this first column here. So anything that has to happen at that time. And then my next column are all the things, all the tasks that have to happen on that date. Sometimes they're just things I need to know, like my husband was going to DC that day. I don't have to do anything for that, but so that I'm aware of it. And again, those are lines, dashes, instead of the dots of to-dos. And my appointments I do as open to-dos. There's open circles are my time-specific things. That's my little key that I have. And then I also have a triangle for workouts. But those are really the only ones I use. So on the other page, I leave space for a quote at the top. And then I have my meals, again, just the first initial for the days of the week. And then my tasks. The weekly are things that don't have to be done on a specific day, but should get done that week. And then monthly, things at some point that month needs to be done. My next week column, things that have to be done, things, appointments, anything that's going to be going on to my weekly view the next week. And then my tracker. A lot of cleaning stuff, different goal setting things. Some weeks are better than others. This was not a very good week for cleaning, obviously, because there were other things going on. All right. So now into the dailies to show how that all translates. I do a timeline at the top. I don't do color coding. I do kind of patterns and then symbols. And I don't track a lot of the things that a lot of people do. But I track when my kids are in school. So my oldest is in school, that is the diagonal lines. When my youngest is in preschool, that's the dots. And then anything that is a filled in part like that, or here, or in these, those are where I'm doing something that I'm occupied. I have an appointment or a meeting, or this is that I've got to pick up my son, something that I'm doing during that time. I have the weather, the date, of course, and then I just flip over and put my stuff from here into here. Sometimes I'll add things on, or if something just needs noting, I only got 3 hours of sleep that night, that could be why. If something, I wasn't especially productive, or I'm just trying to keep track of that. So that is where all of my dailies get in. Oh, and the symbols, sorry. Should talk about those. The Z with a line, that is when my youngest naps. He's 3 now, so he doesn't nap every day, but I do like to keep track of it and how long he naps. And then the heart is when he nurses. Again, he's 3, and yes, I'm still nursing him. That's how we parent in our family. Doesn't work for everyone, and that's cool too. But I do have that just to show when he nurses so I can get an idea of the frequency. So going on through the rest of December. And then into January. I don't usually do collections in this one. I did in my other bullet journal, but in this one I was just doing weeklies and dailies. But here, when the boys got so many Christmas gifts from extended family, I did do a brief collection just to keep track of all those and keep them straight when I was writing thank you notes. I also, for something that I'm doing in my new bullet journal, because it didn't arrive because USPS hates me and it disappeared for a week when I was expecting it to be there when I got home. I had made a list in here to keep track of some information that I wanted to put into my new one. So the last couple of weeks, and there we go. And I just had it, I still have room for, I think I calculated I have room for 3 more weeks in here. And so I kind of went to war with myself as to whether I should finish it out or start in the new one. But since we're so close to the start of the year, I wanted to do as much as possible in the new one. So I'm leaving these last few pages blank for whatever that's worth, even though I probably shouldn't. And I just had a clip to keep me to the right page. I had a paper clip in there, but it disappeared at one point, so this wasn't budging. On the back, I just have some note paper that is my grocery list. So my monthly planner, because I have to have my weekly view, I have to have my dailies, and then I have to have a monthly. And I know a lot of people will integrate the monthly into their bullet journal system, and that just didn't work for me. I tried it, I tried a lot of the different techniques, and it wasn't happening. So my compromise for having a pure bullet journal system was to have a separate monthly calendar. In the look term, what I do, as I've shown in a previous video, and will show when I do a setup of the new one, is that I make use of this pocket back here, and it tucks right in without adding too much extra bulk. So this is a 2-year calendar that I got at the Target dollar spot back in the end of 2015. And so I just do all of my forward planning in here. So conferences, classes starting, due dates for things, appointments for not just myself, but for anyone in my family, all go in here. Birthdays, anything. And then when I'm doing my weekly planning, when I'm doing both this and my next week, I pull from here to see what's going on. So that's my monthly, and I just stuck a couple of Post-its because this was the kind that you can slide this out. I stuck some Post-its on the inside there for some of my favorite quotes. And also, over time, I've added pictures and different things. So then we get into the rest of my wallet section. I had my wallet, the most used right here. I also have some other credit cards. I took some cards out because there wasn't a good way to conceal some of the information. And these are they're not for traveler's notebooks. They are actually for Filofax. And I just took some tape, some packing tape, and stuck 2 of the 6-pocket card holders together from Filofax brand and threaded it on. I do have, this is a piece of the baby blanket that we buried the baby that we lost in, so I have that with me, just as something that I need or wanted to have with me. So one of the great things about this system, I wouldn't put this in a normal sort of wallet, but somehow it seems fitting in my planner since it's a journal and it brings comfort. So this last notebook here is, I just took washi and taped all the cover there. But it is just lists I might need out and about. So clothing sizes for everyone in my family. The next page I won't show because it has some identifying information, which places to go out to eat in this area. And that's all I have so far in this. I had some other stuff in the back that's more private, but that's just clipped on. And then I have some of my business cards for my Etsy shop in the back, because you never know when you'll need those out and about. And then coupons in the back here. And then my favorite pen is the Sharpie pen. So I just have a fine Sharpie pen in black. That's really all that I use in here. I do use my colors when I'm doing my weekly spread, but I'm always doing my weekly spreads at home. So just for out and about, all I need is my black pen. I use it to write in everything, and it works really well. It's nice and simple. So that is how I was able to make the personal size bullet journal work for me. It's my wallet and lists and forward planning and everything that I need when I'm out and about and at home, really. And I love the way that this leather it's gotten a bit beat up, but it only looks better for that, especially because it was already distressed. So I'm pretty rough with my journals. I don't baby them. I don't do separate bags for them or anything. They're just tossed in and we go. So I hope that this was fun to look in. Thank you again for your patience as I disappeared from the world for a while, at least from the YouTube world. Be patient with me as I try to get back in the swing of things for filming some videos. I'm going to be getting this set up this week, and as soon as I have a chance to film again, I'm going to be traveling for a conference this next week. The other thing that's kept me from filming is that we put on an addition to our house, and so there hasn't been a lot of good time to film during the week because there are people here working and it's noisy, but it should be ending this week, I hope. So maybe in a couple of weeks I'll be able to do some more filming again. I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.